play quiet, or I don't know if I'll play at all. We'll see what.
What key is that one in?
B flat.
B flat.
Great. Well,
You're comping. That's what we're working on. He's going to comp. Go ahead and
Yeah.
solo.
you want me to solo?
Yes, because I can't. I got to pay attention to what he's doing. Wait! I can always pay attention to what he's doing when I'm soloing. I'm a jazz musician. What am I talking about?
What?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you comping there.
I was thinking too hard.
Also, my amp is on 11.
It's a surprisingly quiet guitar class, by the way.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. If you have 3-7-5 of a B flat or of an E flat diminished, which you don't unless you're playing this voicing or this voicing, but then you don't have to change a thing because the only thing that changes is the bass note. Because there's E flat 7, here's E diminished, same 3 notes above it. So, but you were playing the 9th, and so then you're like, oh shoot, okay.
Is that a weird move to go natural 9, flat 9 for a minute?
It's okay. You're missing the flat 5 in that diminished then, but
Okay.
it's taken me a long time to realize it's okay. You don't have to play everything on the page. You don't have to play the whole. You can play part of the chord. A good soloist is filling in those gaps. A good arrangement behind you is filling in those gaps, and it's more about is it a good texture. Because you don't leap to something that makes more sense, because that's going to make less musical sense. Who else? What? I saw you doing like that 13 flat 9 voicing, weren't you? Yeah, trying a couple things. What was new to you that you were trying to put in?
Being a little more courageous with that 13 flat 9, I've always I love the sound, but I've always thought that the rest of the band maybe doesn't like it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's if they're playing the blues scale, that 13 probably sounds funny, and maybe even the flat 9 sounds funny because they're playing the blues scale over it. They're not playing those 2 notes. Getting the sound of a jazz blues, which doesn't exclude the blues scale by any means. It's still a part of it, but all those other colors. And I think, yes, listening to a lot of music, but also forcing things like that into your playing is going to help bring your ear along to accept it. And I when I'm learning a new lick, it's very a non-jazz attitude of me to really force it into a tune sometimes, or some new idea, voicing, whatever. If I don't get over that hump of being able to do it with other people, it might never happen, So I do kind of force some things into that maybe is not the most musical way to do it, but I just had to get over that hump that I accomplished it with a band, and I'll accept. And there's so much stuff that I thought sounded weird, and now I think sounds better than the stuff that I used to think sounded good, because your ear accepts more and more of and then you start to think, wow, I'm playing all this stuff that I think sounds great, and 99% of the crowd thinks it's wrong notes. and then
But who you're playing for, that's what
well, right, and then I said, oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good. I got my Norm Macdonald attitude there. So, yeah. Okay, whom else? Okay, here's something I thought of, because I noticed all you guys were kind of sticking, in this. It's good. That's good. 5th to 9th fret is where I spend most of my life. The intonation's better there. And when I read, and I'm reading charts, this is where my hand starts, because you're all great readers, right? Right? It's 2 ledger lines above the staff. That's 2 ledger lines below the staff. 5th position. That's your range. That's the vast majority of stuff you're going to have to read. Now, what affects that? If I'm playing in the key of A, I'm going to move here because here's my A major scale, right? If I'm playing in the key of F, then I'm here. It's tough. The thing about it is, just like with the technique on the scales, if you're thinking about, how do I play this chord, then you can't participate in the group the way you're supposed to, right? I need to be at the ready to play, and then to be able to make a split decision based on what I hear to change the voicing. and to not be limited by what I can do here, so I can actually react at the right time. And
Yeah.
it's all, you know.
It's all building blocks.
I won't-